All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever been a dungeon master, you know the dream, right? To build a world that doesn't just live in your head, but one your players can almost touch. Well, today, we're talking about a tool that might actually get us there, a seriously groundbreaking piece of tech called Genie 3.
I mean, this quote it gets it, right? It totally nails the feeling every DM is chasing. We've all been there describing a tavern, and it just feels flat. This is about bridging that gap. It's the difference between saying, you see a spooky corridor, and your players actually feeling that chill run down their spine. That's the goal.
All right, so first up, the Dungeon Master's Dilemma. We're talking about that huge, sometimes frustrating gap between the world in your imagination and what you can actually bring to the table.
And this is the heart of the problem, isn't it? The tools we have now, look, they're powerful, but man, they can feel so clunky. It's like you have this amazing idea in your head, this epic scene, but trying to build it in a traditional virtual tabletop feels like you're wrestling with some heavy, rigid architectural software. It's just slow. It kills the creative spark, that quick, spontaneous energy that makes D&D so good.
Okay, so what if there was a better way? A tool that could actually keep up with the speed of your imagination? Well, that's where this new kind of magic comes in. Let's talk about Genie.
So what is a world model? This is the key thing you gotta understand. We're not talking about just making a pretty picture, no way. This is an AI that reads your description, your actual game notes, and builds a little 3D world you can move around in. It's smart enough to know that, torches go on walls and a guard stands in front of a door. It gets the context, and that's a total game changer.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway. Genie 3 is not here to replace Roll20 or Foundry. It's just not for that. Think of it like this. Your VTT is the game board. Genie 3 is the movie trailer you show before the game starts. It's a lightweight tool for quick experiments, for setting the mood, for creating a cinematic intro. It's a sketchpad, not the final painting.
All right, so that all sounds cool, but how does it actually work? Like, from your notes to an actual scene? It's honestly simpler than you might think. The whole process is built around what you already do as a DM. You write. You just describe the scene like you would in your notes. Genie gives you a quick little preview, a sketch. Then you tell it who or what is moving, basically directing the camera. And here's the best part. If you don't like it, you just change the words. No digging through asset libraries. You just tweak the prompt, iterate, and then boom, you generate the full interactive clip.
And check this out. This is a real example. This isn't code, it's just prose. It's exactly the kind of thing you jot down in your prep notes. Narrow stone corridor, flickering blue torches, hulking armored figure. The AI takes those simple descriptions and turns them into a whole vibe, a whole scene you can walk through. It's like having an impossibly fast concept artist on your team.
Okay, let's get to the really fun stuff. How can you actually use this to make your games more awesome? This is where the practical magic comes in. Just think about this for a second. Instead of last time on D&D, you kick off the session with a 60-second cinematic intro scene. How cool is that? Or what about a dungeon fly-through right before the big boss fight to build the tension? You could even show a city square in summer, and then later in the campaign, generate a new clip of that same square buried in snow. The possibilities are kind of wild.
So here's a great little recipe for a wilderness scene. You start with the camera angle, camera following behind a party. Easy. Then you just layer on the details. Dense trees, light rain, muddy ground, and you can even add a style like dark fantasy. It's a simple formula you can use over and over again.
And here's another one for a classic tavern. Instead of just showing your players a static drawing of a tavern, imagine showing them this. A camera circling the room, you see the busy tables, hear the bard playing. It just immediately establishes the atmosphere in a way a single image can't.
Okay, it's super easy to get hyped about this, but we gotta pump the brakes for a sec. It's important to know the limits. Let's get real about what this thing can and, more importantly, what it can't do, at least for now.
This is the big one, 60 seconds. That is the single most important limitation to understand. You are not building a full playable level from a video game here. You're creating short, 60-second clips, little cinematic bites. Think of them as trailers for your adventure, not the adventure itself.
And here are a few other reality checks. The visuals are cool, but they're stylized. Think more indie game than Hollywood blockbuster. It's a prototype, so it's not going to run as smoothly as something built in Unity or Unreal. And here's a huge one. Your players don't control this live. You, the DM, are the movie director. You record the clip beforehand and then play it for them.
So let's just put it all on the table to be super clear. Genie 3 IS is a fantastic tool for making teasers, setting the mood, and creating short clips. It is not a replacement for your VDT, it's not for building a full playable dungeon, and it's not a live game controller. It's an add-on to your toolkit, not a replacement for it.
Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. Whenever a new tool like this drops, it doesn't just create new art, it creates new jobs. So for anyone out there with a bit of a hustle, this isn't just for your home game. This could be a whole new service.
So what's the pitch? It's simple. You become the go-to person who can take someone's written RPG adventure and turn it into a handful of awesome 60-second video clips to promote it. Think of all those creators on Kickstarter or DM's Guild. You're selling them a way to make their creation pop.
And you can totally structure this like a normal freelance business. Maybe you've got a small package for a solo designer, a bigger one for a full Kickstarter campaign, or even a monthly deal for a big Twitch stream. Look, the money in indie TTRPGs isn't Hollywood money, but for a unique service that makes a product stand out, the budget is definitely there.
And you don't need some slick marketing campaign to get started, just a simple message like this. The key is that you're not asking for anything. You're offering them a free sample using their own work. Honestly, a free demo that brings their world to life, that's a pretty irresistible pitch.
And maybe the best part of all is how simple your setup can be. We're not talking about a huge investment here. You need access to Genie, a video editor, and you can get great ones like DaVinci Resolve for free, and somewhere to store your files. That's it. That's your entire interactive RPG studio.
But here's the thing. This window of opportunity is right now, and it is not going to stay open forever. This stuff is moving so fast. The people who start playing with this today, who figure out how to write the best prompts and build a cool portfolio, they're going to be the experts a year from now, when everyone else is scrambling to catch up.
Look, this is more than just a cool new toy. It's a peek at the next chapter of world building. The tools are here, they're getting more accessible every day, and they're just waiting for creative people to do something amazing with them. The real question is, what are you going to write with it?